Hello, folks. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm back in here and we're going to talk about Narcissist again today, folks. And what I was wondering, have you been going down there and studying on the power and control wheel, folks, where it says something about the male privilege? Well, the male privilege, folks, is the narcissist thinks that he treats you like a servant, and also he thinks he's king of the castle, and whatever he says in the household goes. Well, that's true, folks, and also he thinks that he has the upper hand on you as far as being able to calling you names and just anything he decides that he wants to do. Especially if you have a narcissist in your life that they work a job every day. They'll throw the money up to you all the time and tell you that they're the ones that make the money and everything. And even if you don't feel good, you got to get up and do the same household routines every day and just push you, bully you around because you're living under their roof and they're working the job and they think they have the right to treat you the way they want to. And you don't feel like you've got any rights because if you try to voice your opinion on anything, the narcissist gets upset because he feels like that you're going against how he believes. And then the next thing you know, then he starts abusing you because of that. That comes off of the power and control wheel, folks. And not only that, narcissists will try to intimidate you by just saying all kinds of things to you, like they make threats towards you and tell you that you don't look very good anymore, and sometimes they'll tell you that they'll make threats that they're going to leave and things like that, folks. Well, if they say they're going to leave, then they're doing you a favor, right? There's been many a times that I wish mine would have got up and left. That one that I left in Lebanon, Kentucky, he made threats like that several times. That he was thinking about just getting up and leaving. And, that's just what they do, folks, to try to cut you down and make you feel bad because you've learned to become dependent on that narcissist. You feel like they've got you to the point where you feel like you can't function without the narcissist. So, usually because of the strange addiction that you have to the narcissist, you will get upset when they threaten to leave you. But now that I look back, folks, being healed from narcissism and everything, if I'd have been feeling now or back then like I feel now, I think they would have been doing me a favor. But I know that if you've gotten out of narcissism here lately, folks, I know exactly how you feel because that's not how I felt either back when I was in abuse. It's weird how abuse can mess with our heads and make us think all different kinds of stuff, about something maybe possibly harming us, mentally. So we get kind of like, let's see, I'm trying to come up with a good word. It's kind of like you're a scared rabbit, so to speak, and you don't really have a mind of your own. It's kind of like your mind's under control of someone else, which is true. You're under the control of your narcissist. And so they make you feel that way, folks. And that's all part of their control tactic, folks. That's how they try to use mind games on you to control your every thoughts and have you so depressed and everything you don't really feel like doing anything. And they really drain you mentally, folks. But yeah, that's the male privilege in the narcissist. He thinks anything goes because his house is his castle. But I remember when I was married to my first husband, he thought one day that he was going to call me squaw. Well, I didn't like that kind of stuff, folks. So that really hit a nerve, whenever he called me that. Because I feel like that when they're calling you a name like that, they're putting a name to, trying to make you a servant or whatever. So I just didn't care at that time. I just made an outburst at him, and I told him, I said, I don't like you calling me that. And I just came out and told him, folks. And he never did stop calling me that. I think he found out that upset me and everything, so he kept calling me that. And I told him, I said, I do have part Indian in me, but I said, I don't like for you to call me that, though. Because I'm not a squaw. I feel far from that, folks, and I don't really think that's a very good name to call someone. I don't think they should call you any kind of names, folks, because I know when I was with them, they called me everything under the sun, and I just don't think you should name call like that at all. Because it does cut somebody down mentally and make them feel bad about themselves. And if you're still in narcissism, folks, and they're doing you that way, you can leave a reply to me and let me know how yours does. And if you're out of narcissism and you're still healing from abuse, if you want to talk about it, folks, just leave me a reply down below and let me know what you've been through, folks. And we'll talk about it if you want to. If there's anything that I know anything about, I'll try to answer you to the best of my knowledge, folks, and let you know if I've heard it, which probably I have been with a narcissist, because they're all similar on a lot of things, folks. And I think if you've been with one narcissist, you've been with all, if you've had one narcissist, then you pretty much know what they do. But a lot of them use that male privilege on you, folks. They just try to boss you around and tell you what to do all the time and complain all the time, even if you try your best to do something that doesn't turn out right. They complain about that all the time. And a difference between them and a healthy person, folks. A healthy person doesn't do that. Even if you've done the best, excuse me, folks, even if you've done the best job that you can do with whatever it is that you've done, they don't cut you down and say bad things to you. The healthy person doesn't. But the narcissist, they don't really care. And the psychopath and the malignant narcissist definitely don't care, folks. Anything goes with them. They'll do and say they'll do and say anything, and they don't really care how you feel. And so that's what they do to you, folks. But the male privilege, they just do everything, folks. They think just because they're males that they have a right to rule the woman around and call her names and treat her pretty bad, just like the cave day years. It's kind of like that, but a little bit worse. But anyway, folks, I wanted to get in here and make you another video. I didn't do too good again yesterday, folks. I guess the change of this weather, like it's been doing, it's really been messing with my allergies and stuff. And, as you can see, I was coughing a little bit, and I didn't feel real good yesterday. So when I get to where I don't feel good or anything, folks, I lose interest in whatever I'm doing, and it's because it pretty much drains my energy and stuff. But it's not that I don't want to spend time with you all. It just drains my energy, and I lose interest, folks, and I apologize for that. But anyway, thank you for joining my YouTube channel, folks. Keep studying on that power and control wheel, and checking all them things out on that, because that pretty much explains the abuse pattern of the narcissist. And it'll let you know, folks, if you are dating. It'll let you know if you've got yourself a narcissist, folks. Well, thank you for joining my YouTube channel. You have a nice night and a blessed night, too. You got this, folks. You're awesome. Bye-bye.